conditions today?
Yes, we're very happy to have the sun. It was a cold morning, so we're
Yeah,
a bit scared with frost.
Yeah, it was.
Especially 26 is going to be the 200th vintage of Leoville.
Okay.
So we'd like to have a good vintage.
Sure, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the conditions are great, which makes it a good day to try.
Yeah.
Usually when it's sunny, the wine does taste better.
Yeah.
So.
Really, yeah.
So this is really the old courtyard. This courtyard is older than the chateau, because this place was really a big farm where people would come, and it was a local boulangerie. It was also where people would bring animals and grain and wine. They would all be put on the little barge that goes to Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hugh Barton bought this in place in 1821. So this is really Chateau Langoa. And then in 1826, so 200 years ago, we bought part of Léoville that became Léoville Barton. It was only vineyards. So since 1826, it's made here Chateau Langoa Barton and Chateau Léoville Barton.
Okay.
Everything is really managed as one, but we separate, as the grape comes in, we separate the plots of Langoa and the plots of Léoville to make two classified growths in the same place, but always separated.
Separate, yeah.
So this is where we receive the grapes over harvest. We get rid of the stones. We put a big tent to be nice and comfortable, have some space. We have two sorting lines, and then we gravity feed everything. So we are on the slope of the plateau of Saint-Julien. We are on the high point, and so on the same elevation here, we have the top of the vats, and that are sitting also on road level, but further down the slope. So that's really how we work. So first year cellar here, and that's a big thing that we did in 2021. We dug underneath to have a underground second year cellar.
Okay, yeah.
To reduce our carbon footprint on cooling the place, and also in terms of barrel logistics, it's easier. And usually when it's easier, it's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So first vintage in the new facilities is 2021, with smaller vats, so more vats but smaller, to be able to really keep as long as possible the plots separate, to be able to do the extraction also separately. Always the same idea of being more precise and have getting the best out of each plot before blending.
Okay.
Maybe a quick word about 25. Is that a good place to talk about it?
Yeah.
So vintage 25, wonderful vintage, because it was just sunny exactly when we needed it. It was just very dry. So dry in June, dry in July, which explains mainly the small volume. And then in August, we had a bit of rain that happened at the right moment, so we didn't have too much alcohol, we didn't have too little acidity as well, so beautiful balance in the wines, and at the same time and just enough water but not in excess, so maturity could continue and in a homogeneous way, so we end up having just this wonderful maturity, very complex, a lot of tannin, but because it's so delicate, it's very elegant. To me, it reminds me a lot of 2016, which is a vintage I particularly love, because there's a lot of tannin, but you don't feel it because it's so delicate. And the acidity is there to bring drinkability, and then you have the sun that just give it the mid palate, the weight. So it's a very complete vintage. But sadly, again, because of the drought of June and July, the volumes are very small.
Okay.
So here on average in Saint-Julien, it's 20 hectoliters per hectare.
20?
26.
26, okay.
And here we did 20.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's really low.
Yeah, we usually brag about the fact that the big storms go either north or south, because we do have a kind of microclimate here where we rarely have big storms. We would have liked to have them this year. To have this a bit extra rain. So,
Okay.
that's life.
Yeah.
But it's good.
We have to take it as it comes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I mean, you'll try the wines. It's a very exciting vintage. There's always wine that. We've been spoiled recently. We had lots of great vintages, 18, 19, 20, and recently 22. But it's to me the last amazing vintage was 16, and 25 is one of these, which just personally from the style of wine I like, it ticks all the box. It has drinkability, it's elegant, it will age forever. But it's not a bomb of tannin, which makes it unapproachable for the first 20 years. So it just ticks all the box, and there's a lot of fruit, but it's not cooked fruit. It's very fresh fruit, vibrant. You have a beautiful mineral note. This graphite, this the smell of the first drop of rain on dry soil. To me, this is typical Saint-Julien that we tend to lose on warm vintage, and it has it all. So I really like it. This is why I love vintage like 25. New Cuvery. So as I mentioned, we started using this new Cuvery in 2021. Now we have 44 vats with lots of different sizes, which helps us to keep the plot separate. Before that, we had 18 vats. They were just all large, so this really we gained a lot of precision. As I mentioned, the gravity, so we use these little vats now to gravity feed everything. Fermentation obviously is very classic. We still do a lot of pump over because we love this because it's we don't need to fight for tannin. We have a lot of tannins, so our objective is to get just the most fine tannins, respecting the integrity of the grapes. That's why we love the pump over. Something we do since 2018 is we'll pump under the cap big bubbles of air, and these big bubbles of air will decompact the cap to make sure the next pump over is still has the same efficiency, and always extracts the most delicate tannins without always extracting the same skins. After about 3 weeks, then we set the wine in barrels, and when we press the skins, we'll separate the layers of skin. So on the cake of press, the first centimeters and the last centimeters will be pressed separately from the heart. Because we use quite a lot of press here. We like to use 10 to 15%. So we're extremely precise in terms of quality management on these skins that will become the press wine.
But so this year with the very small berries, this is quite a task.
Exactly, very small berries. But that means the press is very good. Usually, the smaller the berries, the more wine retains in the skin. And we joke saying that we'll maybe show just a pressed wine to someone saying this is our finished wine, and they will love it. So usually when the pressed wine is good, the real wine is absolutely fantastic.
And so you are content. Very content. Yes.
Absolutely. It's not always the case. Sometimes we're happy with the work we've done considering the challenge, like 24, where we managed to make a great wine considering the challenge of the vintage. 25, we're just happy. Everything except the volume. There's nothing we can do. It's not our fault. So. It's not our responsibility.
And there's always one deficiency you have to cope with somehow.
Exactly. And there's really nothing we can do about it other than knowing we'll have more of these because it's clearly global warming. So we will have more of these. But there's nothing we can physically do about it. Unless maybe Chateau Le Pin did irrigation. Conversation for later.
Oops. So.
Zara, on descend? On descend. Zara. She had too much wine for lunch.
So this niveau was already there.
So exactly, we had small barrel room upstairs, and here, but just closer to the door, we had a place where we would organize a bottling. So now we have someone that big lorry, a big truck that comes and do the bottling for us, which is the best. And so we, thanks to this, we have this space to space
It's additional space then now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because although the total volume of the cuvée is the same, having smaller vats takes more space.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So we had to get a bit more space. So we took a bit more space on the garden for this.
Yeah.
But also it's a lot more comfortable and a lot safer as well for the people to work, because they can have a real floor above the vats. They don't use ladders anymore.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And we have a choice in terms of vats now, which is fantastic. Depending on the volume and the plot, we can really adapt what vats to use. Then also I was mentioning the precision we use in press. Now we have a door underneath here.
Okay.
So when we empty the vats, it helps a lot to be able precise. Just lots of little details like this that adds up. Just it's a little bit more precision on every step then.
Yeah.
And of course, lots of little ends up being quite a lot.
And now with the size of the crop, you really didn't need all of that this year.
This whole corridor empty.
Yeah.
Wow. 20 hectoliters, and smaller ones over there are 80 hectoliters. So these were really the size of that were useful. Where we usually had 200 hectoliters of vats, we used here 120.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be interesting to taste the wine then in comparison to former vintages then.
Yes.
Where you did.
Here I need to warn you, the acoustic is going to be very challenging.
Okay.
So it's a tunnel that goes under the
Okay.
So as I mentioned, we are on the slope. So we met in a courtyard where we have the barrel cellar, first aid barrel cellar, courtyard on top of the vat, same level, on road level on one side. But also on road level here we are where we're standing now, the bottom of the vat, the tunnel that goes under the courtyard, and here we have an underground barrel cellar, and that's able to sort of join everything. But as I mentioned, it's lots of echo. So here's our underground wine cellar, where we have mainly the 25 now. And so the 24 are now in the vats, ready to be bottled. And the 25 we're transferring at the moment, the 25 from upstairs to downstairs to be underneath underground for the hot months of the year.
Okay.
Of course, it's the temperature regulated and humidity control as well. The idea is always to have a high level of humidity. And once the wine is in the barrel, we will do 4 racking, the traditional way. So we use we still use the what we call the skill. You can see it's very red, so that's because
Yes.
we use this this closure to decant the barrel, pretty much. So we do this 4 times. The first time we will use it to do the blend. Second time we will transfer the barrel from upstairs to downstairs. Third racking we'll add egg whites.
Okay.
And fourth racking and last racking, get rid of the egg whites and get the wines ready for bottling.
Yeah.
We do the blending that.
Exactly.
And so this is both for both wineries, for
Yes, exactly.
Barton and
So you see,
Langoa.
we use the chalk a lot. So this is Langoa 25.
okay, yeah.
And if you look further over there, you see Leoville 25. And
And-
that's how we will separate the batch.
And do you work with the same tonneries for each wine, or is it differently?
They are the same coopers for both wines.
Yes.
And we have 3 main ones. We have Nadali here, Mori, which is historical. We've been using Mori. We used to be 100% Mori. And then slowly we added a few extra ones. And they does also. So that would be the three main ones we use. And we do trials with a few others, but that would be the 3 main ones. That's quality manager.
Yes. Yeah.
At work.